Hi guys, it's Mrs. Brunell, and I'm here today with Chapter 11. It's a brand new chapter, Geometry and Fraction Concepts. So we're going to learn lots about shapes in this chapter. So, first part of this talks about equal parts of something. So if I have a glass and it's filled with water and I want to give half to somebody and I pour that into the glass, I want to make sure I give them the same amount as me. So when I look at this, if this is, say it's a candy bar and I split it in half and this is the part I get and this is the part someone else gets, is that an equal part? No, it is not an equal part. What about this one? This is 1/2, that's 1/2. That one looks like it is a half and half. And this one, that looks like it's about half and half. What about this one? If this was a candy bar, would you want that amount? Would you want this amount? I would say, no way, I'm not sharing with you. That's not sharing half. So now, the next thing we're actually going to learn about is what do we know already about three-dimensional shapes? So this says, this is a little picture, and it says circle each sphere, and that thing is called a sphere. Circle each sphere. So, well, this sphere looks like a ball to me, and this doesn't look like a ball. This looks like a ball. This marble looks like a ball. That doesn't look like a circle or a sphere at all. This says, here, it says circle each cube. So that's called a cube. So, with this cube, that doesn't look like that. That's a cone. This looks like a cube. It's a block. It's a cube. This is not a cube. That's not even square because that's very square. That's a sphere. That one goes up there. You can go up there, mister. You are not in this part. You go up there. Then it says circle all the shape names that match circle all the shapes that match the shape name. So here we have a triangle. Well, this is a circle. This is a triangle. And this is a triangle because tri means 3. That means it's going to have 3 sides. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. But look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a triangle? No, it is not. That's a rectangle. Oh, so look, rectangle. Rectangle has 4 sides. Okay, so it will have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a rectangle. This is a sphere, circle. That's a circle, really. This is a triangle that has 3 sides. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. That is also a rectangle. So, if we're visualizing it, it says, draw pictures to complete this. So if we draw pictures, they want us to draw equal parts. So they want us to do examples of it and then not examples of it. So if I'm doing an equal part, I might draw like a cup. I'm going to draw another cup. I'm going to try to draw them the same size and shape, and I'm going to say, okay, this is an equal part. That is kind of the same amount, what's there and what's not there. What about if I do, let's see, let me draw a different shape. What if I draw like a candy bar? And I say, all right, I'm going to give you half. So this is the half I'm going to give you, and then I have the other half that's an equal part. Now over here we're going to do a non-example. So maybe I do this and I say, okay, I'm going to share with you. This is the amount you get. That's not half. It's not half. And then I can do one this way. I'm going to give you this little piece at the end you can have. Oh, that is not enough. That is not half. So that's not equal. And these are equal parts. And you can do different shapes. You could do a circle and break it in half. And that's like equal parts. And then you could do other shapes too. Or you could do a circle and do it this way. And these are equal parts. So, and you can, if you have this, you can do anything you want to there. And then here it just says draw a shape to match the shape name. Rectangle, you know. Triangle, you know, and a square, you know. Square, all sides should be around the same length. So, we have lots and lots and lots of vocabulary words with this unit. So, there's lots of different ones. So, for a cube, you can literally, that's a cube. This is a cube. Okay, there's a cube. A cylinder, I'll show you how to draw that. If you do like this, and then you draw like a little circle kind of at the top of it, and then a circle at the bottom of it, like a little oval really, not a circle. That makes a cylinder. Cylinder is like a can. If you have the edge of something, the edge of it are these things. These are the edges. So each of those is the edge. Then, so this is an edge, this is one edge, this is another edge. This is a face of something. Let's say that I made a box, a cube, and I drew my cube. This is the face of the cube. So every side of it is called the face. So this is a face, this is a face, this is a face, this is a face. Every side of it is called the face. Then we might say we have a fourth of something. That means if I have a shape, I can break it into 4 parts, equal parts, 4 equal parts, and I have 1/4 of it. That means I have one of the 4 parts colored in. So, and fourths is the same thing. You just break something into fourths. You might break it into fourths this way. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. Now, look, we have a whole nother sheet of them. So, and a lot of this stuff you know already. So this is a half of something. If I have something and I break it in half, that's half of it. Half of it. And then if you have halves, you can do it a different way, and those are 2 halves that make up one whole. A hexagon. You have to think, hexa means how many sides? Well, octa I know is 8, penta is 5, hexa must be 6. So I'm going to do this, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do 4, 5, 6. And that's a hexagon. It has 6 sides, equals 6 sides. A pentagon, Mrs. Brunel always thinks a pentagon looks a little bit like a house. So it has 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equals 5 sides. A quadrilateral is any shape that has 4 sides. Quad means 4, so it's a shape that has 4 sides. It could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be something called a trapezoid, if you know what that is too. Now, if we have a quarter of something, I feel like we just did a quarter. Did we not just do? Oh, a fourth. A fourth is the same thing as a quarter of something. So if you think there are 4 quarters in a dollar, and then you have a quarter of something, you break something into 4 parts. Those are not really equal parts, so I'm going to try that again. Do 4 parts, and then a quarter of it is 1 out of the 4 parts. So a quarter is 1 out of 4 parts. A rectangular prism I'm going to try to draw for you. So I make a rectangle, and then I make another one on top of it. And then we go like that. A tissue box is a rectangular prism. And then the side of something is basically the side of something. So if you have, let me see what picture they have here for you. So this is the side of something, just the side of it. And then other things, we have a sphere. I'm going to show you the picture of a sphere. So this is the picture of a sphere. It's a big ball. Really, a sphere is just a big ball. And then a third of the shape is green. So a third is when you break it in 3 parts, and then one of them colored in is 1/3. Then this tells us a vertex. A vertex is a little corner of something. So a corner point of any 3-dimensional shape is called a vertex. So this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex. How many sides something has is also how many vertices it has. And then this is breaking something into 3 equal parts, and that is called thirds. Okay, so that is called thirds. So we actually had 2.5 sheets of that. So for today, I want you to look at this. So this one is called a rectangular prism. And I have other rectangular prisms that I want to show you today. So this is one rectangular prism. On this sheet, you could draw more, but I want to show you other rectangular prisms that Mrs. Brunel has. Are you ready? Okay. So here's my one rectangular prism. You ready? You might know what this is. Anybody know what that is? That is butter. That's butter. So from Mrs. Brunel's refrigerator, I took out a stick of butter, and that stick of butter is in the shape of a rectangular prism. So when you are doing this, that is a rectangular prism. It has 4 sides, and it is not flat. It is not a flat shape. It's filled up with something. In this case, it's filled up with butter. Now, you ready for my next rectangular prism? I looked around my house, and guess what I found? I found a partially used tissue box. Yes, Mrs. Brunel has tissues. This is also a rectangular prism because it has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a rectangle has 4 sides, and then the fact that it's a prism, you have those 2 end pieces, you can say. This is your rectangular shape on top. You can see here, that's your rectangle, and then the 2 other sides that it has gives you the other sides of it. Here's something else I have. This is a box, and this is also a rectangular prism. Okay? So, rectangular prisms, they're called 3-dimensional shapes. That's what we're learning all about so far. This is just a box, and this is for Emma to see. Some of my other friends, look what's inside of this box. It's a box of rocks. It's a box of rocks and gems. And, oh, pika pika. So lots of stuff inside this box. This is one of my kids. I stole it right out of their closet. So that's my box of rocks. The shape is a rectangular prism. I'm going to show you some other shapes. The next shape I'm going to show you is called a cylinder. Cylinder. So for cylinder, here's some things I have around my house that are cylinders. You may know some things already before I say them. Here is a can of chicken noodle-o soup, and that is a cylinder. Okay? It's flat on the top and the bottom, and it has almost a spherical shape in the middle. It's a 3D image. It's called a cylinder. Okay? Here's another cylinder I found. It was a game that we have called Left, Center, Right, and that is also a cylinder container. Flat on the top, flat on the bottom, and then you can roll the middle of it. So that's a 3D cylinder. Look, my soup can, I can roll it, but it's flat on the top and flat on the bottom. So that's a cylinder. Some other shapes that I have, you guys know this little guy. He's our place value block. That is a cube. Okay, now, wait, I have another one. You ready? You want to see my next bigger cube? So this cube is that cube's mama. Okay, it's a little bit bigger. It's a cube. And, ready for that one's mama? You ready? It's a big mama. Whoop. There's another cube. It's 3D because it's not flat. It's a solid object. So, these are my cubes that I found around my house. Now I'm going to show you some spheres that I found around my house. So, here's my baby. Oh, look how happy he is. He's so happy because you're watching my video. So there's my baby sphere rolling away, and spheres roll. They do that. Here's the next one. Boop. And then that one had a daddy. Boop. And guess what? Oh, look, it's making a face kind of. And then, look, this one, really, really big sphere I found in my closet. Oh, look how happy he is to see you. Woo, hi! All right, so those are my spheres. Now I have one more thing I want to show you. Sometimes you might have this in a hot summer day, or you might have something called ice cream. And what do you put ice cream in? You have to put it in a cone. So this is Mrs. Brunel's cone that she had in her house. A cone has a very, very pointy tip at one end, and then there's a spot you could put ice cream in it. That was the only cone I could find around my house. There probably are more in your house, but I want you to look around your house and see what kind of shapes you can find around your house. So I'm going to show you the sheet that goes with this, so you see the words. So this is cube. So this is a cube. This is a cube, and this is a cube. Rectangular prism. In my house, I used the butter was a rectangular prism, so you can see a real-life object, and I had the tissue box, which was also a rectangular prism. Then I had the sphere, which were the balls. Those were my spheres. And then I had the cylinders. My game and my soup can are cylinders. Then I had my cone. Boop! My cone. I don't have any ice cream, though. So then it says, which of these objects has the shape of a cube? And then they circled it for us. And that's fairly easy. And then as you go through and do this lesson online, you will see they will just have you say which one of these things is a sphere. Well, you may even want to do this. Well, this is a cube. And this, oh, what would that be? That looks kind of like a soup can. See that? It's flat on the top, flat on the bottom, and you could roll a cup. So that is a cylinder, which means that this ball that would roll away is a sphere because a sphere can roll away. And there it goes. So, which one of these is a cube? Well, this is a tissue box, and that's a rectangle. So that's a rectangular prism because it's a rectangle shape, and the prism means that it's a box and an object. It's not flat. This is a soup can. I know that is a cylinder. Cylinder. That means this one is a cube. And it is a cube. And then here we're going to go and match some more objects to match their shape name. Here we have a cylinder. Cylinder has a flat top, a flat bottom, and then you can roll it. This one is a flat top, flat bottom, and I could roll that. So, I'm not sure what that is even. That looks like paper towels, maybe? Paper towel roll is a cylinder. Mr. Burnell could have used one of those. So, this one, rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is going to have the shape of a rectangle. So, this looks like a rectangle. Now, what did I just show you? A tissue box is going to be a rectangle also. And what would this be? Flat top, flat bottom, that would roll. That one is going to be a cylinder. This one is a cube. And this one is actually a rectangular prism because it is rectangular shaped. A cone. This one is a cone. And this one is a cone. The cone always has that pointy end, the one vertex where it goes together. And then a balloon would actually be a sphere. So, that's really today's lesson. Here are some other shapes. If we were in the classroom, you would see these. I have them in the back closet. This is a cone. This is a rectangular prism, a sphere, a cube, and a cylinder. So, I hope that helps with today's lesson. You'll go on to Think Central and then this is lesson 11-1 that you're going to do for today. So, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.